episode 3. We upgraded a little bit. We have an actual microphone now. And an actual camera.
Yeah.
So we can get like a sound check in the chat.
Yeah, let us know how it sounds here.
If it's too loud or anything like that, please let us know. But other than that, welcome to episode 3 here.
Episode 3. 3 weeks in a row.
Wow.
I know. We're going to keep it going.
That's the start of consistency.
That's
right
right there.
That's a big one here.
I love it.
We got myself, Liam, here. We got Clay here. And we also got Ben here tonight.
How we doing?
We got a little surprise tonight. Couple, the usual forecasts we're going for. We also have a little special surprise for you all.
Tune in. Stay to the end here. That's all we can say.
Yeah, so it'll be pretty good on here. We're going to do something a little more personal on the note here. I'll start out with myself. Obviously, you know myself. My name is Liam. Big into sports all around. So things we can look at in the future. We'll also be talking about off-season football, coming into baseball, hockey, basketball, so on and that forth. But we're focusing more on the aspect of the football side of things, just because it's prime time. Playoffs are coming up soon.
Yep.
So that'll be huge for us. I'll hand it off to Clay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Most of you guys know me here. Clay, been here for 3 weeks now, so
yeah.
familiar face. But yeah, like Liam was saying, we're gonna touch base on a lot of sports here. We're avid golfers, love football, love fantasy, basketball. We love it all. So stick around. We want to keep this going year round.
Yeah, no. Like we said, I'm Ben. Pretty much what they said. We're real excited. We're taking this serious now. We're put up in a little bedroom at my house here, but
got to start somewhere.
I was gonna say we got the setup. It's going good. Like Clay said, 3 weeks in a row. That's the start of consistency. So I think we're all looking forward to it. Real excited for what's to come. Hopefully we get a golf simulator at some point in the shed. We'll figure that out when we get there, though.
I'm hoping we have audio. Can y'all hear us? So someone put in the chat if y'all can hear us, please. I don't know if we can. I hope they can. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put in the chat if y'all
can.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, cool.
We're muted.
Again, like I said, we got a new mic. We're
Sound
trying
check.
things out, so we're doing that.
Sure we're
awesome.
Good. Make sure we're good. All right.
All right, cool.
Starting off.
Let's get into the money lines.
I was going to say,
here.
we want to start off with the money lines. My money line this week is going to be the Bills against the Rams.
Now let me ask you this: how'd you last week?
If I'm going to be honest, I can't even remember who I picked last week. Did any of us do well on the money lines last week?
I
know. I was gonna say someone made me put money on the Raiders, and
actually I did not hit
close
either.
game.
That was a close game. I'll give you that.
That
was a close game. I was sweating, so I'll give it a good bet. It was a good bet because I was sweating.
The Raiders, man, they should have kicked the field goal. They got a little risk, but I mean they missed a lot of field goals in the game. I understand what they were doing. I get it. But sometimes, you can't give Pat Mahomes a second because even if it's the defense, they're going to take full advantage of you quickly.
Well, dude, we can go back. I can just talk all week about the freaking Chiefs, bro, and how the Denver should have beat them, how the Ravens should have beat them, how the Panthers should have beat them.
They have gotten so many games this year where it's just like, even what was it, the Panthers?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the Panthers almost beat them. Like,
It's just...
It's gonna have to break.
There was a statistic.
Let's hope it breaks in the playoffs. That way they just get eliminated.
There was a statistic online that I saw that was like, if the 1 point deficits flipped like the outcome, the Chiefs would have been 3 and whatever they are now. At their I think it's like 3 and 11-1 right now.
Yeah.
So they'd be 3 and 8 or something like that.
3-9.
Yeah. Whereas a lot of teams, same thing with the Bengals. The Bengals will be up there too. But anyway, who do you have this week?
This week I got the Bills. I think I just
talked
said
about
that.
it. Yeah. Anyway,
the Bills against the Rams. Josh Allen is hot. The Bills are hot going into playoffs. I think the Bills are going to be my playoff team. They're going to be the team I root for in the playoffs.
I like it. I went with the Vikings. 10-2. I took them winning over the Falcons there at minus 255. They're playing good, and silently they're 10-2 in second, right behind the Lions at 11-1.
Yeah,
they're pushing for that number 1 seed. The Lions feel like an unbeatable team right now, which they might be. They're a powerhouse in the NFC and in their division, but it's like the Vikings, they've been doing it. They're 10-2 with Sam Darnold. Everybody had their doubts.
I was gonna say Sam Darnold. I picked him up like the second or third week in fantasy off the waiver wire, and he's been my starter ever since. Yep. They're like you said, they're sneakily really good.
Everybody was on them at the beginning, but they haven't stopped doing it. And it's like when J.J. McCarthy went down, everybody was like, "Oh, Sam Darnold, he sees ghosts, this, that, the other." He's playing great.
Yeah.
What's crazy
He's playing
about
great,
them?
and it doesn't. Justin Jefferson doesn't even have
That's
to
what
be
I'm saying.
involved.
He
He
they're
had one
sharing
catch
the
for
ball.
7 yards. The ball is going all over the field. They got a lot of
I
targets.
was gonna say, isn't it Jordan Addison? He's
Jordan
been
Addison's
picking up
having
a
great.
bunch like crazy.
Hawkinson's back.
Yeah.
Aaron
A.J.
Jones
Dillon.
is catching the ball a lot. I like it.
Team.
I think they're
It's-
gonna.
Playoffs are gonna be exciting this year. That's for
I
sure.
think they're gonna beat the Falcons this week. Mine's 255. I'm running with it.
All right. Well, mine I think is gonna be the Bengals.
Yeah.
Not
I've got.
You don't think the Bengals
I've got
will beat them?
confidence.
I'm a homer, man. Dallas fan.
I've got confidence.
Well,
in
let's
the
see.
Bengals.
If the
They-
Bengals can play a good game like they've played the last 3 weeks, where they they lost the Ravens, they lost the Steelers, and then they who'd they have a close game with? One of the other teams, I forget. But if they can have another close game and Jamar Chase can be Jamar Chase, then well, there goes our light. Anyway, if Jamar Chase can be Jamar Chase, then we will have a solid win right there against the Cows. Now Dallas did really well. They surprised me last week too. I mean, well, let's not be honest. I didn't think they were going to beat the Giants, or they were going to beat the Giants anyway. But against the Commanders. Sorry, I don't mean Redskins. Commanders. That game was a little frisky on that one.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick. We'll get the light fix for us here.
Oh my gosh.
Again, we got the best setup at the moment.
What's that? Isn't that good?
Vikings are south. The new backup QB depth. I agree with that one. The Vikings are definitely short on their end on that one. I low-key thought, who didn't they just sign? Jones.
Yeah, they signed
They just
Danny
signed
Dimes.
Danny Dimes
man.
on that one.
That's
That was a
right.
good one. Tommy DeVito's injured. The Giants should consider signing backup Vikings QB Daniel Jones. Could you imagine if we went back to that one? If they
Yeah, right. They're like,
Man.
actually,
But that's
come on,
It's
Dad.
almost as
No,
bad as
I
Zeke
don't
going back
think
to the
so.
Cowboys.
I don't think they would ever do
No,
that.
I don't
If I'm
see
going to
them
be
doing
honest, I'm
anything.
surprised another team signed him like that quick.
He's a good ball player.
I think, but he's decent. Look at Mac Jones. Trevor Lawrence went down last week, right? Mac Jones low-key stepped it up.
He had over 20 fantasy points.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's now. Do I think Daniel Jones is a starter in the league? Not one bit. I'm gonna be 100% honest with
No.
you. I mean, he had Saquon for a while. He has, Slayton. He has a new what's the new rookie that on their team?
Malik.
Yeah, Malik. Like he's not like they don't have people he can throw to or use as tools or weapons. He's had that. I just think he's more of a backup QB. If you need him, you need him.
I think
Yeah,
Daniel
yeah.
Jones is better than people say he is. You put him on.
Dude, I don't even want to hear it because I've been saying that for the last 5 years and I've constantly been disappointed. Okay, so we're not going to say that.
I don't
Daniel
think
Jones, like Liam
it's
said, he's meant to be a backup quarterback.
I agree.
I don't think
He's
so.
meant to be
I
a
think he could be
backup
a starter
quarterback.
on probably 6 teams right now.
I named the 6.
Yeah. I think so listen, he could succeed in 6 offenses.
What are the offenses?
He would succeed in
In
San
the
Fran.
XFL,
He would succeed in San Francisco. There's Kyle Shanahan. He can succeed in San Francisco, no doubt in my mind.
Anyone can succeed in San Fran because they are a run-driven offense.
But that's my point.
But also they don't have a running
Brock
back
Purdy's
anymore.
hurt. He's banged up. He's getting ready to have to need a contract. Can they get Daniel Jones cheaper?
I don't think so.
well, he's with the Vikings now.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
All right,
but,
well,
I mean,
give me 2 more. Give me 2 more.
I think he could probably start for the Jets. I think he's going to be better. I think he'd be better than Aaron. I would rather have Daniel Jones as my quarterback than
Bench
Aaron
him.
Rodgers.
Bench him. The fact. Do you know how much shit you have given me the last year for hyping up Daniel Jones?
It's hype. No.
And you're sitting
hyping up
here-
the Giants. There's a very large difference.
No, because
there.
it was Daniel Jones individually. Daniel Jones. I blamed the offensive line. I blamed Darius Slippery Hand Slayton.
Nothing's worse than Kadarius Butterfingers.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
But
Yeah, the fake hamstring.
again, the Giants are being the Giants at the moment.
Yeah, no,
They're not
their
2014.
Our season is over. I don't even think I'm going to watch their games because I just for some reason every week I just get excited and they let me down.
Welcome to the club. Since 2018, we haven't had a winning season as a Denver Bronco fan. So,
Look at you
welcome
now,
to the
though.
club, buddy.
Hey?
20. I think it's maybe in 2018. I think it is. Yeah, 2018. We still have the longest streak. They put up on the stat the other night. You know how like Dallas's Rico Dowdle just ran for 100 yards, like the first Cowboy.
In 27
Yeah.
games.
Yeah,
27
the Denver
games.
Broncos hadn't had one, and they have the longest streak. They're at 29 right now for a running back to go 100+ yards.
Man.
Yeah.
So, I'm cool with my man Bo Nix. You don't get
Bo
me
Nix
wrong.
is so good. I think he's really in contention for Rookie of the Year.
But that's who we got right now for Moneyline. Anyone add anything? So we got what? We got the
Bills.
Vikings, and the Bengals. I like
Yeah,
that. That's a
I
good
like
little
that.
matchup.
I was gonna say I might put that in as a little 3-legger this
I can
week.
see it.
Well, I mean, I've always been following what we put in, even when you chose the
You got to
Giants.
tail.
unfortunately.
Got
I
to
know.
tail the bets, ladies and gentlemen.
Got a tail.
We're going to my
yeah.
favorite part of the segment here next, my
Bring
Liam
it in.
Locks segment.
Liam's
Liam's
Locks.
locks of the week.
This
What
is
do
the
we got?
real moneymaker here. Speaking of making money, hopefully.
I've made plenty. I made good money this, couple weeks doing this stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this on top here, make it a little better.
There you go.
All right, so this week's kind of weird. I was going through all the stat lines, going through all the kind of the who's playing and all that stuff, especially with all the questionable injuries. Christian McCaffrey,
Yeah.
Jordan Mason, everyone's questionable. Nothing really stood out to me this week, prop wise, moneyline wise. Nothing just stood out to me and was like, this is going to hit. So kind of what I'm doing this week, I'm doing a straight bet. I have 3 straight bets. These are the only ones that I see consistent and have actually, big
Locked.
potential. Locks in, exactly. I got Joe Burrow going over 250 yards
Okay.
against
I
the
like
Cowboys. Cowboys defense, they can be yes or no. It's
Been a lot of
that's what I'm
no.
saying.
Been a lot of no.
So, and again, with Joe Burrow being how he's been playing lately, especially Jamar Chase,
He's so good.
their tight end, Gazetsky, whatever. Yeah.
Kasicki.
Kasicki,
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, he can pass the ball. I mean, low-key, Joe Burrow is now going to be my top pick for player comeback of the year. Just because...
Because he started off real rough.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like their team's terrible.
Mm-mm.
Like, he gets the ball. He's given it to his playmakers. His playmakers are doing something about it. Now, the defense, totally different story.
Yeah.
Number
So I got
one
him
receiver
over...
in the league. Jamar
Exactly.
Chase has got the most yards.
And all these I put $5 on, so...
It's not the Bengals' fault they're losing any of these games.
That's their
They're
defense.
putting up 20, 30 points.
That's what
And
I'm
the
saying.
defense is just consistently letting them down. I mean, you
It's
look at them
rough.
around in the locker room, it's poor. Everybody is...
Yeah, I think I saw this thing, like 5 of their games, they scored over 30 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
exactly.
lost,
lost all
all 5
5.
of those games.
And
Yeah.
then, hold on, we're going to go side little thing here. Someone said, do y'all think Belichick will take WVU's head coach job? Now, it's crazy about
I
this.
thought
You
that
saw it
I
on,
thought that happened.
No.
WVU,
No, they haven't-
WVU
so-
posted that might have just been.
It was.
Like
It's like
troll.
a troll. But what
Yeah.
really happened was I watched Pat McAfee's
yeah,
podcast.
His
he
pod,
had-
he had Belichick on.
And
He talked
Belichick,
about it.
Belichick was straight up just like, hey, WVU.
He was like, we'll
Yeah,
talk
he's like,
about
we'll
it.
talk
We'll
about it.
talk about
You know,
Now-
he's on College Game Day now. He spends a lot of time with McAfee. I think I could see it happening, I think he was kind of hoping maybe to get a defensive coordinator job or another head coach job, and
but-
nothing happened for him, and he's kind of just hanging out in
That's the
college
thing.
I
football
think
right
he
now.
would love college.
I
Have you
think
seen
that-
the age of his girlfriend?
Well, that's what I'm
I
talking
think he would
Hold on.
love college.
We just straight up, last time me and my family talked about this literally because my little brother goes to WVU and I was like, yo, did you
Yeah.
see Belichick might go there? And my dad looks at me and goes, what? Like, this man's like, I don't know, 70, whatever. He's
I was
done
gonna
he's
say.
had his legacy, the Patriots, whatever.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, he don't need that. He's got a 23, 24-year-old girlfriend. And my
Yeah.
mom's like, wait, what? And we're like, yeah, he's got a super young
Did you see
girlfriend.
their Halloween
He's got no time
costume?
for her. I don't pay attention to that. But
She was a mermaid. He was a fisherman.
anyway,
Reeling her in.
that's a lock for himself to talk about. But
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Belichick on WVU might happen. And low-key,
I can see it and I like it.
it's what I'm
I
saying.
like
I
it.
like it.
I would like it.
But going on to my next lock that I have here, again, going back to the Bengals game, I got Jamar Chase over 80 yards.
Feels free.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Not
It's
a whole
just-
lot of explanation needed.
He's
with
the
that
only one that stood out to me wise that, matched up perfectly in a way that I can just see him. Consistency. He's got the most targets.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have the most targets. He has the most yards this year.
Yards after the catch is
Yep.
where he's tearing people up. And I'll
And
tell
he's
you
got,
what,
like-
Dallas can't tackle. He's going to
Yeah, I
catch
saw
a
that.
5-yard slant, and he's going to run it 85 yards
I
on
was gonna
play
say,
number 1. And
with
your
Jamar
bet's
Chase,
gonna
that
hit on the
could
first
be
play.
hit on his first
Exactly.
2 plays.
That's
So
why.
it's
That's why I
so-
said these are stat wise. Everything looks pointing towards this way.
Yeah.
And the last one I have is Jalen Hurts going over 200 yards against the Panthers. Now, this one is either going to be a very, very solid lock that'll hit third quarter, or it's going to be one of those nail biter ones. But I believe it in a lot because the only way I don't think this will lock is because they're going to absurdly use Saquon Barkley.
We'll
Yeah.
get there. Well, I'm going to talk about
That's what I'm
that.
saying. I think they're going to absurdly use him to the point where he's going to have a 200-plus game. But again, at the same time, I have more confidence in Jalen Hurts' throwing ability, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, who's back this week,
Yep.
Dallas Goedert, the whole rest of the
Weapons are
group.
back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I think he's going to
Yeah,
get
he's
that
got
200 yards on that one. And then kind of like tonight, Thursday night parlay I always make here. Again, nothing crazy stood out to me. This is one of those, just
I'm gonna write this
a
one
nice
down.
little lock on this one.
Yeah, we're going to have to
Um,
lock this in. Don't forget to tune into the game tonight, 8:15.
Yep.
Big game.
It is a big game. It's the Packers versus the Lions. Obviously, first thing first. I've been saying it all year, and it's been hitting all fucking year. Montgomery, anytime, touchdown.
Yep.
All right,
He's got to head for the end zone.
That's what I'm saying. He's there. And then another one I have is St. Brown. St. Brown's been if and on, but again, with I think Jair Alexander, he may or may not play tonight. I don't know if he's played the last couple games, but he's gonna have to focus on also James Williams.
Yeah.
So I think St. Brown will get another anytime touchdown here, following, and then Jalen Reed. I think he's a little sleeper on that one.
Yeah.
He's pulling up the numbers. He's putting up the yards. He's catching the ball. He's not dropping the ball. It's a big one there.
And that's another touchdown.
Exactly. Those are my three touchdowns. And then also with those, I have Love over 200 yards.
Okay.
Jared Goff over 225. And then St. Brown over 50. And then Williams over 25 yards. All those are receiving.
Okay.
That game, again, that's studying the stat line, looking at it all. It's the only ones that I can see happening. And again, someone on the Packers is going to score. I don't think Josh Jacobs will do what he needs to do tonight.
My fantasy team begs for him to do what he needs to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think Josh Jacobs will do what he needs. I think the Lions, that defensive line that the Lions have, are able to stop, almost anything coming through there.
Yeah.
They are missing their key guy.
But I mean, even with him out,
that's what I'm saying. I just don't think Josh Jacobs will get that touchdown. But again, everything can happen. Jalen Reed catches at the 1 yard line, falls down.
Yeah,
next thing you know, whatever. But those are my locks for the night. And then I got the straight bets. Obviously, we just talked about those. Those are mine. That's Liam's locks of the night.
All right, I like it.
You got any props you want?
Yeah, I got 3 props for this week. I'm gonna start out with my Moneyline game. I got Aaron Jones over 2.5 receptions at -130.
I like that.
Atlanta is in the bottom 5 in running backs receptions. They haven't been able to stop it. Aaron Jones is a fantastic ball catcher. You can see him coming out for the screen, dump offs. He's going to catch 3 passes. I don't see how he doesn't. He's hit that line in more than half of the games he's played. It feels like a free bet. I'm riding it. Second prop I have, tailing off that other one, I got Jalen Hurts under 26.5 passing attempts. I don't think they're going to pass in this game. I think they're going to try to set the tone early. I mean, Saquon is their entire offense. They're going to try to slow this game down. Carolina's been in the last couple games. The last thing that the Eagles want to do is make it feel like Carolina's coming back. They want to set the tone. The Chiefs almost lost to them. They've been close.
Yeah.
They've been real close. The Eagles don't even want to make it a contest. They want to set the tone. We're the best team in the league. We're going to show it. They want to prove to the league that the Lions are not better than them. They're going to go in there. They're going to try to set the pace. They're going to just give it to Saquon and give it to Saquon and give it to Saquon.
See, but here's the problem you're running now. This is the only thing that I was going calculation-wise. Yeah, cool, Saquon's on his way to beat, Ed Reed or whoever it is?
Ed Reed, the safety,
that guy. Not Ed Reed, whatever guy's name is.
No, I know. I forget his name.
Old
I
head, don't pay
about.
attention.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's on pace to beat his record, whatever. Yes, again, Carolina, we saw it. The only way Carolina beat or lost to Patty Mahomes, other than being Chris Collinsworth, I hate being the Glazer, but Patty Mahomes had to throw the ball there in that last 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
But it's because the Carolina was able to stay in that game.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they can stop Saquon.
I'm not going against what you're saying.
I'm riding under all day.
Hey, that's cool. Jalen Hurts is going to get over that 200 yards. Whether or not be in 4 passes, 100, 100 yards, 50 yards, what it passes, he's going to hit that break. I'm just saying, Saquon again, yes, I hope you have a prop for Saquon. I didn't want to put him in there because
I didn't. It felt free.
I was going to say, anything over or Saquon
I'm taking
scoring.
Saquon everywhere I can.
If you do a Saquon touchdown, make sure you pair it with a 2 touchdown.
Yep, it's like a free bet.
Free bet.
$5 on one. No, do $10 on the first one, $5 on the next one.
Yep. The last prop I got here, I got Rico Dowdle over 68.5 rush yards at -114. The Bengals allowed more than 100 rushing yards in 9 of 12 games.
Yep.
They've allowed more than 150 on the ground in 5 games.
Yep.
Dowdle is the lead back. He's the clear lead back for Dallas. He's coming off the best game of his career. He went 22 for 112 and 1. He is their guy in the backfield. Zeke is not it. Dalvin Cook's not it. We got nobody else in that backfield. Dowdle's their guy. They're going to try to run the ball. I think that's the only way we slow this game down. Dallas has to slow this game down. If it's a fast-paced game, the Bengals are going to chew the Cowboys up. I think Dowdle's going to see probably 18 to 25 touches, and I think he's going to get close to 100 yards. I think he's going to pass 68.5, no problem.
No, I completely agree with that one. Again, going back to that stat line that I looked earlier today. Exactly. The Bengals have given up a lot of rushing yards.
Yeah.
But, just because something goes one way, in fantasy, nothing turns and goes the other way. So, that's just one of those things. I love the line. I really do. If Dowdle can run, Dowdle can run. But that QB situation still lingers in that field for me. It's just like I like Dallas and what they have potential wise. They just have fallen off,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you got any locks in or anything like that?
What you got, Ben?
Yeah. So I've got Geno Smith under 254 passing yards.
I like it.
He's playing the Cardinals. DK has not been productive. Last few weeks, he really hasn't been doing what he usually does. The last time they played the Cardinals, I believe it was our first episode.
It was. I had the Cardinals money line.
We thought it was going to be a shootout. Crazy high scoring. Yeah, not the case at all. I have a feeling they're just going to feed Ken Walker and Charbonnet. Thank you. And he's going under 254. I've also got Josh Allen anytime touchdown.
So I like that. But here's my thing.
Give me your rebuttal.
I no rebuttal on that one. The only thing I didn't choose Josh Allen anytime touchdown or Josh Allen anything is because Josh Allen is on my parlay ban list. Bijan Robinson's on my parlay ban list.
MVS is on mine. I lost $50,000 on a drop pass by MVS.
A handful of players that I love the way they play. I love watching them play. But they're just the weeks that I've needed them. One leg. A couple $100 here for that one leg. Every week they've not hit it. And then obviously the 1 week I don't bet on it, they go off. So they're just on my ban list. So Josh Allen, I love. I'm glad someone said something about it. I can't personally bet on him. He's on my ban list.
Anytime touchdown. You heard it here first. It's going to be 8 yards. An 8-yard touchdown. He's going to scramble, run it into the corner of the end zone.
Facts. We got another question here. What do you think the Browns' long-term solution for QB is? Do they continue with James next year or draft a QB?
I think they draft a QB. I think they take Jalen Milroe at pick. I think they're projected like pick 9 to 15 right now. I think Milroe is going to be available. He's from Alabama. I see that being a thing. I've seen it in a couple mocks. But I think they probably try to find a way out of Watson's contract. I don't know if they can. I don't know the logistics of that. But if they can find a way out of it,
that doesn't.
There's a lot of settlements there. But
he's
Jameis
guaranteed a lot of money.
Jameis, he's playing great.
He's
playing great.
Okay, last week
I still think they draft somebody and try to develop maybe for a couple years. Kind of what
it's hard. It's just one of those things.
But I think they draft somebody.
Jameis Winston against the Broncos. He went 400.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That real quick.
Granted, he threw 2
I read a
pick
comment.
sixes.
He will always throw 2 pick
I was
sixes.
looking at the
507
I was looking at the stat line.
10 touchdowns.
I was looking at the stat line, and someone commented, "We just watched Jameson Winston's you know what I'm saying? Like someone's game's like the," and everyone was laughing because it was like, yeah, he threw 500 and whatever yards. He did all this amazing shit, but he also threw 7 touchdowns. 2 of those being, to the other team. He's
Did you see his
that is his team.
For you?
That's what I'm saying.
Dear Lord, deliver me from pick sixes.
That's what I'm saying. So my thing with the going back to the Browns is they have a lot they need to work on. I don't think Chubb is a solid go-to anymore. Yeah, I like the way he plays.
I was gonna say he's got the grit, but
I think
he's the face of that franchise. He will play there till he wants to stop playing.
Watson is owed. I have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure if they're gonna do what they did with Denver did with Russell Wilson, they're gonna lose negative. I think it's gonna be 50 to upwards of 100 million. Like he's got a big contract, and for absolutely no reason.
He's been bad since he got there.
That's what I'm saying. So I think
when he's even on the field, he's struggled with a lot of injuries.
I think what they do is they keep both of them. They just put Watson in as the backup and keep Winston in as the starter.
Daniel Jones is making $40 million this year from the Giants.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He's on the fucking Vikings.
But that's what I'm saying.
You never know.
It's just the way. But they have so many other choices that you need to choose. They need a better O-line.
Yeah.
They need a wide receiver. Jerry Jeudy, can't rely on him. It's too much.
239 yards.
It's a revenge game. Anyone has a revenge game like
crazy.
that.
He's the number 3. He's the number 3 fantasy wide receiver since Jameis has been the starter.
He was the sole reason I won in one of my fantasy leagues.
But you just can't. I don't think you can get away from what you have at the moment. I think you have to face your bigger problem with your QB lawsuits.
I think you draft Jalen Milroe. I'm calling it. That's my prediction for this argument here. That's where
I think they might go Cam Ward if they draft a QB. Mr. Nonchalant would fit that president.
I get it.
Perfect. But that's what we have on that one. We got anyone else? Nothing else?
You got any more bets, Ben? You good?
The last one I had was Achane over 55.5 rushing yards against the Jets in Miami.
I love Achane.
I feel like it, yeah.
In Miami, I like it. If
Yeah.
they're not in Miami, I tend to fade the
Questionable.
Dolphins.
I was going to say, especially if they're up north.
You never know what you're going to get with them when they're not
say.
playing in Miami. But when they're playing in Miami, they fire on all cylinders, man.
Well, again, the way that everyone has their stadium set up is so differently. Miami is nice and moderate weather all whole year, right? And then you go upstairs, you go up north to the Packers, where they brought how much? It was like $35,000 worth of.
You see what the Dolphins are doing at practice?
That's what I'm
saying. They were throwing ice cubes at their players.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like they were not prepared. I don't think physically they were prepared, and I low-key don't.
Tyreek Hill acts like he never played in Kansas City, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think. Physically they were prepared.
I mean, if you had that much money and you could just lounge in Miami,
I get it. I so get it. But I mean, put some Tiger Bum on and go out there and perform. You're making what, $34 million
and don't speed through town near the stadium.
Let's fade that conversation.
We got another question.
Move on from that.
Another question rolling up here. Does Kamara blow up versus Giants defense?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's my number 3 running back on the week for this week. I got Alvin Kamara's my number 3. The only running backs I like more than him is probably Chase Brown against Dallas and Saquon against Carolina. He's my number 3 running back for fantasy all around. He's going to catch a shit ton of passes. He's going to run all over them. It's going to be a runaway game. I think Kamara's going to be fantastic. I think you play him everywhere you got him. You try to squeeze him in every DFS lineup you can. Mm-hmm. Put him in.
I agree with that one. I agree with that one. That one's a big... And Kamara, again, at the beginning of the season, I traded him early on when he was super hot. Great trade I made. But now, once he's
What'd you get out of it?
I got... Who did I trade for? I traded for... I'd have to look. I have 4 fantasy teams, so you gotta...
It was probably 6 or 7 players as well.
Teams. Yeah, probably.
Nah, it was 2 players.
The whole roster swapped. Liam
I think it was Patrick Mahomes and...
that sounds like a bad bet to
me.
That
was. But, Patty Mahomes, and then there was... I think Devontae Adams, but I could also draft him. I can't remember. I
would rather have Alvin Kamara, I think.
Again... I needed a better QB.
Yeah, I mean, roster construction plays a massive role.
That's what I'm saying. Going on to our next part here, we got DFS.
Before we get into any lineups, Ben?
Oh, should I just...
Put your crown on.
Liam
pulls the wheel out for the Wheel of Shame. Wheel of Shame.
Hey, I would just like to say this is 2 weeks in a row that I've won. Granted, this week I only won by... What was it, 0.6 points or something like that?
I would like to say I was in the lead for all night, and then all of a sudden, Josh Jacobs comes out of nowhere on both y'all's lineups to pass me. So, anyway,
smart team management.
That's right.
We have some of the same ones as last week. What we do here, if once one of us hits one of these, we replace it with something else. So he has the Sprite and banana
challenge. You'll see that probably on our YouTube channel no later than Sunday. We'll put his up with it. We're gonna make
we're also
together for
next week if we get it all done, we'll put a clip up where I'll tune in for you guys to watch live too. I can do that. But pretty much what we have here, we got a $25 bet that they'll have to make. For me, special clothing. The cinnamon challenge is what we replaced with the Sprite and banana one. Veto DFS means they get to take one person off my lineup, which I already know which one it's going to be if I hit that one. 3 raw eggs. The fan favorite, the spray tan.
Yeah,
that's a big one. Yeah. That's a big one.
And nothing. And then, we have 2 DFS of choice on here, but
that's fine.
That's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna give this thing a good old spin.
Spin slow. That thing takes a while.
We're gonna hit nothing. Just saying now. I'm locking it in.
Spray tan.
Spray tan.
Spray tan.
It's gonna spin for the next 10 minutes.
I know. Good bears.
The suspense is killing me.
Up.
Yeah, I spun it nice and slow. Come on, nothing. Please be nothing. Which means nothing will change to something else. Oh. It's getting there.
Oh, come on.
Ben, what do you think? Well, we're going to count the rollback.
Stop it. Well, stop it.
Alright, you want me to stop it? It was at the cinnamon one.
Oh, well, you just moved
I'll do it again.
Oh, jeez.
You stop it when you want it. Well, no, not when you want
no.
it. But we'll stop it when it hits that peak before it rolls back. Damn, bro. I'm not feeling confident.
I feel like it's weighted. Okay, right. Oh, that's
on the
3 raw eggs.
Yeah.
3 raw eggs.
We'll tag team that with my Sprite banana challenge. You'll see that on YouTube Sunday at 10:15. You'll see that on the YouTube channel.
Exactly. And for next week, we'll have all the clip and we'll post it all. Again, I would love to hear some of y'all's potential
Leave a comment
punishments.
if you want to put something on the wheel. We want to hear from you guys. Put it in the comment section. You'll see it on the wheel next week. Top comment.
Exactly. Well, I got an open spot for y'all right here. Nice little purple one. So if your favorite color is purple and you want to put something there, put it in the chat. I'll write it down. We'll get it locked in.
Looking at you, Tommy Cutlets. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
And by all means, the punishment, we plan on actually doing a big punishment at the very end. For the most person has the most losses. So go
Let's keep
somewhat.
that one a secret. Let's make that a surprise for the end of the year. We're
going
going to be giving back to our community with it, so let's see what's coming.
Yeah.
But if you have a punishment and it is somewhat reasonable, it won't ruin someone's life or anything like that, you can put it in the chat. By all means, I'm all here for it.
Yeah, no felonies or nothing like that.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
It's about the only rules we got here.
Yeah.
The spray tan's probably the worst one on there.
Yeah, I think that's the best one.
I wouldn't be mad if I got it, but that would also be.
I was gonna
I
say,
would look
you
so
look
wrong,
good.
man.
Yeah.
Out of all of us,
I'm basically see-through right now. If I get a spray tan,
out of all of us, buddy, you would need it the most.
I would need it, but it would not look right.
No, we're gonna. So 3 raw eggs. Ooh, all right.
All right, so let's
You'd
get into
somehow burn in a spray tan.
Yeah. Let's get into our DFS lineups this week. Like I said, Ben won the last 2 weeks. I lost week 1. Liam lost week 2. I almost had you last week, so I'm coming for you. I want to wear that crown next week, and that's why we're all here. That's why we're doing this. Starting off with quarterback, I saved some money. I went real cheap at quarterback. I'm starting Will Levis. $5,000. I'm starting Will Levis against Jacksonville. They're playing in Tennessee. He's slinging it down the field. I'm going with it. I feel like if I save money there, I get a couple other people that I really like this week. So that's where I went at QB.
My QB, as much as I don't like this team, is Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that matchup. The potential it can have, not only through the air, but because they can do the run thing and the tush push. By all means, that tush push saves that. Dude, it's touchdown. And
The part is
guaranteed
Saquon
touchdown.
doesn't go down on the one.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of the times, though, if
Swift
it's close,
was the perfect player for them because he just kept going down on the 1 or the half-yard line.
But that's what I'm saying.
Saquon finishes, so he's not seeing as many of those.
Jalen Hurts leads all QBs in rushing touchdowns.
Oh, I get it. I understand.
So
He's great.
I got him as my QB. I spent a top prospect money on him, which will hurt me.
How much was he?
I think it was like 9,000, something like that.
$7,800.
Yeah, $7,800. There you go.
Second most expensive this week.
Who was the next one? Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, $8,000.
I couldn't do it. But anyway, that's my QB. You got Ben.
I went ahead and got Baker Mayfield.
I like it.
Baker Mayfield.
like
Baker
against
money,
Las
Moneymakers.
Vegas. I think he's going to be hopefully pop off a little bit. Hit Mike Evans.
That was scary last week.
For a couple of tutties, I got Mike Evans as the sleeper, and I really need to win.
All right, running backs. You're gonna see why I saved some money here. I got Saquon Barkley and Alvin Kamara. I got Saquon's 9,000, Kamara 8,000. Like I was saying throughout this pod, both these guys are gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, they're gonna pop off this week.
They're almost like you have to in any tournament setting. I think you have to have these guys in here. It's kind of like a safe spot. If you don't have, probably 80% of the field's gonna have this in tournaments. You got to have these guys in there. You just have to. That's why I save money at QB. 9,000, 8,000 is a lot of my money going there, but they're going to be fantastic. They're going to be fantastic.
I agree. And we got a little chat right here. It says, Randall Mama, Liam, I'm coming for you this week. I've been studying that Sleeper 2.0 a while on my lineup, and I'm debating on another player. Yes, you just picked up a bunch of people, and yes, you are top of the league.
Dude, she's going to kick your ass.
No, it's projected. But here's my projection. Whoever wins this week, comes playoff time, if we face in the playoffs, the other person will win.
Okay, so you think it's going to flip?
So I think it's going to flip. Whoever wins this week will flip it in the playoffs if they play each other.
Yeah.
So if that's true, hey, you can beat me this week. I got no problem with that.
First place all season. Yeah.
Battery's low.
I was going to say.
You might want to turn down one. But yeah, so if you beat me this week, you beat me this week. You can't. You first place. It's all you. I can't. You got it, but we'll see on that one. Going back to DFS, though, I like my running backs here. I saved one money on one of them. I went with Warren for the Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, yeah, that back-o duo is really good. Warren seems to be the one that catches the ball, though, and runs it, and we all know in fantasy points, it catches one.
PPR.
That's what I'm saying. So, gets a little fancy.
Value.
I think he put up 20 points last week. Don't see why he can't do it again this week.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Bucky Irving. I love my man, Lil Irvin. Rookie. He took over White Spot. I think he might have it for the rest of the year. if not going into next year too.
The coaches have nothing but great things to say.
That's what I'm saying. He's put up the numbers. He's there. He's quick. He's
Yeah.
he can move. He can do what he needs to do. Does he have white strength to get through that extra couple yardage? No. But again, you get him open field, he's gone.
He runs hard.
That's what I'm saying. So those are my two for running backs. I hope we do well on those. If not, again, like I said last week, I was leading the whole Thanksgiving 3 games. And then I was like, all right, cool, we're good. I'm up by like 10, 15 points. Next thing you know, Josh Jacobs, touchdown. Okay. Now it's gotten close. It was like at one point, me and Clay were in 0.3 of each other.
And I beat you by 25.
His player, I think it was Jonnu Smith.
I had Jonnu Smith. I had Josh Jacobs. Everything was hitting for me on all cylinders last week.
Yeah, that was my little one there. Ben, who do you got for some running backs?
Running backs, I spent and I saved. I went a little bit expensive, a little bit cheaper. I went Saquon as well.
You see the chat?
Saquon against Carolina. I think I know who that is.
Yeah, what's up, Richard? What's up, man? How you doing?
I went Saquon Barkley as well against Carolina. He's going to pop off. He's going to go crazy. Then I also got Zach Charbonnet.
Okay.
Got him. Like I said earlier, I think it's going to be him and Ken Walker running all over the Cardinals. So hopefully he can give me some passes, maybe a touchdown, give me a good number of points.
No, I agree with that one. That was a good pick on that one, especially Charbonnet. I call one of my friends calls him Shabani. Don't know why I get the name mixed up like that, but he calls him Shabani. I have him as one of my sleepers on my bench.
Mm-hmm.
And with Ken Walker kind of being back, it's been a little rough. But again, you can say the same thing about Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
It's
Charbonnet feels more like a handcuff if you roster Ken Walker.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it feels like. It's just one of those things.
I feel like that's really his only value. Unless, if you're in a dynasty, obviously he's got value. But in a redraft standard league, I don't think he really has too much value. But any given week, he can be that guy that falls in the end zone.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, I went with Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's playing against Arizona, $6,300. I needed to save a little bit of money at wide receiver. I didn't have enough money to really get one of those top 2, top 3 guys. So I went with JSN. I got Mooney against Minnesota. I think that is actually going to be a shootout.
Yep.
And then my last pick here, $4,700. I'm going to ride this guy in every lineup I have until he's over $5,000. Westbrook Akine. He does nothing but catch touchdowns. I think he had 12 targets last week, 8 the week before. Levis loves throwing to him, and I got the stack. I have Levis. I'm going to stack him. $4,700 feels cheap, and he's getting a load of targets. So I'm going to ride it, and, that's what I'm going with.
I like it.
I like those. Those are good ones there. I have A.J. Brown. I think it's time for him to click the cleats together. Score big on Carolina.
A little heel click.
That's what I'm saying. He's moneymaker A.J. there for me on that one. Followed up with Jacoby Myers, now new wide receiver 1 on the Raiders. After watching him last week,
I think he is questionable.
Again, if he's questionable, you just
switch
him out. But if your whole team's questionable, kind of on that one. But anyway, Myers, especially playing they played Kansas City last week, right? That Friday night Black Friday game, weird game. Name was being called. He was catching the ball. He was doing what he needed to do.
Yeah.
I think he's their go-to next again for this week. And then kind of a little risky one here for me. I got a good old Deebo Samuels. We'll see how that one goes. Deebo can not only run the ball. I think that's why I also chose him, is because of the fact that they lost 2 running backs. They have a new one in that no one knows about. But Deebo can also run the ball as well as catch the ball. So that's why I kind of went with Deebo in that one, because I think they're going to utilize him in both backfield and front.
Especially with McCaffrey and Mason.
So I think they're going to use
that. I didn't even think of that.
Props to you if you got Isaac Guerrero in the waivers this week. I've seen a lot of leagues I was in. People weren't paying a lot of attention. They picked up Jordan Mason.
That would have been me and my other one as soon as I drafted.
So I was able to get him in a couple leagues. Pretty happy about it.
Liam says Panthers Moneyline.
Not me. Different Liam, but we got you.
Oof. Yeah, different Liam. Liam in the chat. What's up, Liam? I think that. Yeah. What's up, Liam?
Panthers Moneyline. Going back on that one.
I'm not taking that.
I'm not locking it in. Stat wise,
I can tail that one.
That's what I'm saying. Stat wise, it's not the best.
I don't
it's very
think-
left sided.
Not in Philly. Not
would
in
be-
That's what I'm
Philly.
saying.
I was gonna say if
Not
it was
in
in
Philly.
Carolina, maybe slightly different.
They're
I
gonna
don't
have
really
beer
think
stone
so,
on them as they're
no.
running down the fucking field.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
it's
in
gonna
Philly. They're
be-
gonna lose that game. I'm sorry, Liam. I don't see. I mean, hey, if it hits, you pick my personal punishment next week. I'll do that. You pick whatever you want me
This
to do.
will be posted, so that's official.
I'm locking it in, Liam. If that hits, I'll let you can spin that wheel, put whatever you want on it, and I'll do it. No problem.
That's crazy. Bet is locked. I got that right in the But yeah, going back, Debo back. I think they're gonna use him as a backfield.
Yeah, a lot. He's gonna get a lot of carries, and that can get him out of this rut he's been in.
That's what I'm saying. I think it just
It could be one of those crazy games. Everybody's been on the fence about him. He could just break out.
Exactly. Who you got, Benji?
I'm with you. I went with Westbrook Akine as well. Just like you said, he's been hot. There's no point, especially while he's so cheap. There's no point
until
not
he's over
getting
5,000. He's going to be in all my lineup.
him. I've also got Drake London and Jordan Addison.
Okay, I like it.
I was gonna say
We
I
both
think
got a wide receiver in that
potentials.
for Atlanta. I think it's going to be a good pick. I think that could be a good lineup.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna pop off.
Yeah.
Hopefully, 3 weeks in a row.
That'd be
nice.
cool.
I thought about putting Mooney in, but
Yeah, I'm rocking Mooney this week. Tight ends. I got Jawan Johnson on the New Orleans Saints. Taysom Hill is out. He's on torn
He's
ACL.
done.
He's
Yeah,
done. We saw it last year when Hill missed some games. Jawan Johnson's their guy. He is questionable. If he doesn't play, I'm going with the only other tight end they have, Foster Moreau. He's been good too. He's a red zone target for them. So I'm playing whatever. Jawan Johnson's my pick. If he doesn't play, I'm going with Foster Moreau. Same game, same team. $3,400. Moreau is only $3,100. I can fit it in there just fine. New York Giants, they're not that great, so I'm gonna rock it.
Johnny Smith, man.
Yeah, and to pair that, I'm rocking another tight end in my flex. I got David Njoku. He led the league in catchable passes last week with, I think, 14.
He did. He also had 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
My
Jameson
one leg.
Winston is slinging it down the field. Snow, wind, doesn't matter. He's chucking it, and David Njoku is a big target, and he's going to catch that ball. $5,100 against Pittsburgh. Divisional game. A lot of physical play. I think it's going to be I think it's a good pick.
No, I agree with those
Divisional
two.
game. See, I was thinking the same thing, but I was a little bit scared because that could also. I feel like that game, divisional game, it may not be a very high scoring game.
Yeah.
Could be a little risk. That's
Now, we also said that about the Cowboys and Commanders.
That
in the
is
last
very
5
true.
minutes, they put up,
That
an
is all-
absurd
yeah,
amount
that's
of
very
money.
true.
Absurd
Yeah, I
amount
turned the
of
game
points.
off with 2 minutes, and it was like
yeah. He's driving to
20
my
to
house.
6.
He's calling me. I'm like screaming. I'm like, turn
Hey,
the board
hey,
80
hey.
yards. He's like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they put up-
3 points in the first half.
Yeah,
Both teams.
there was like
Yeah.
34
Oh my God,
points
it's
scored in the
ridiculous.
fourth quarter. It was
In
insane.
it wasn't just fourth quarter. It was like the
Last-
last,
the
half
last-
of the fourth.
last
half of
3-4
the fourth,
minutes
yeah.
it was. Yeah, it's crazy.
So, that'll be that. It's a hit or miss on those divisional games. Going to my tight end, I have Cole Kmet. Last week he did well. I think now stats tell me a little bit different, but their QB, I think he's finally starting to settle down and realize that he's okay where he's at. It's okay to not be the number 1 overall draft pick. Performing as what you wanted to be performing at. So I think if he
He's been
takes a
good,
step
though.
back, I'm not saying he's not been good. I think if he takes a step back and kind of gets back in his shoes,
Settle in a little bit.
he'll realize that, okay, I have confidence in myself. He's got targets. He's got Keenan Allen. He's got DJ
They've
Moore.
been good.
That's what I'm saying.
They've been good the
Yeah.
last 2 weeks.
He's got people he can rely on. So if I think he takes that step back and realizes that, hey, I got these people. They got my back. We'll win. I think he commit again. Will be one of those people he relies on. And then my flex also went with Otten. Moneymaker Baker, I don't know what about him, but he loves his tight end as much as he loves Mike Evans.
Yeah,
So
that is
he
true.
loves to share the ball. I think that's a big key player. That's why the reason that I like Baker so much is because he's a team player, not a me player. So those are my 2 for that week, or for this week. Who do you got, Ben?
Tight end, I saved a little bit of money. Went Dawson Knox playing against the Rams. I think he could potentially get a touchdown. Rams, I believe, are 24th against tight ends. So potentially, like I said, saving money there. And then my flex, I picked up Calvin Ridley.
I like it.
Between him and Westbrook, I got a feeling that's going to be every single point, just about.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that one. Going back to the chat real quick, Liam said, hey, he's no Jane Daniels. I completely agree. Caleb Williams is no Jane Daniels. Jane Daniels and
Yeah.
Bo Nix are, at this point...
Those are my 2 picks for Rookie of the Year. I mean, no doubt.
Yeah,
Those are my 2
Yeah,
picks.
no,
right
Jaden
now.
Daniels is
And
he's done so much too. He's given Washington fans hope.
Yeah, he's
You know.
bringing the fans
Which
back to the team.
which is kind of brutal to watch.
It's
But-
not.
It is for fans in the
I was
division.
gonna say,
as a Cowboys
in
fan,
our
and a
division,
Giants
yeah.
fan,
It sucks. I love it.
I used to love watching that game, but now, I had a great time.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
great last week.
Wow.
But what I'm saying is, again, it's one of those
I
things.
hate it.
What I like to see, and going back to the Broncos division and the Lions and all them, I love to see that close ball play. They're all within one game of each other. Now, yes, the Chiefs have ran off and got a spot, but right there, they're right behind the Chargers, one game. They're half a game back now, technically on the bye week. And then going with the Lions, you got the Lions, Packers, and then who do you have? You have help me out here a little bit. One more. Lions. We got the Lions. You got Detroit, right? And you got the Packers. And then you have
The
Hold on,
Minnesota
I think I
Vikings.
lost- what are we
Thank
talking
you.
about?
The division. How close
the
they
Minnesota
are.
Vikings.
So I don't pay
I thought he was
attention.
gonna get it. But
I didn't know.
Hey, there's
where we
only
were
two
going with
divisions that I really pay close to. I don't pay close to anyone else. But yeah, those are like, I love that divisional play. That's so good. And I low-key thought this year the Cowboys would be in the running. Giants, I'm sorry, never had faith from them to begin with. Philly, you can always bet on because Philly's
they're good. They have a lot of weapons.
so.
Solid.
Yeah.
Who you got for your defense though?
I went with the Saints. $2,900 against the New York Giants.
They're
I'm hoping for
they're
a fumble,
guaranteed at
a
least
pick.
3 sacks and a pick or a fumble recovery.
That's where I'm at. So
Yeah.
I went with them. I didn't have a whole lot of money left. I only had 3,000, so I went with the Saints at 2,900.
That's not bad. I went with the Bears. I thought them playing in Detroit last week against the Lions, they did pretty well.
Yeah.
They wouldn't lose by a crazy margin. It was a pretty close game. And I guess, again, it was a really close game. What they were doing the last 13 seconds of the game, by all means, you can ask me 3 times because I don't even know why you have a timeout. You don't use it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh my
Down by
God.
It was a
3.
hard watch.
Oh,
So that's what I'm saying.
I'm
that
sitting there
was
screaming
brutal.
at my
That was
TV.
If
brutal.
they can keep that, what I think is the number one team right now in the whole NFL, the Lions, down to within a scoring, like within one possession, I think their defense is, got to give them some credit there. So I chose them this week on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Clay, you and me, same boat again.
Saints.
I went with the Saints. Again, going against the Giants, they're almost guaranteed at least 3 sacks and
Music to my ears.
some kind of defensive recovery. So
Yeah.
I love when someone chooses. Now, not me. I love when you both choose a good same player or like a good same thing because if they do ass, both y'all get.
Yeah, but I think we were talking about Josh Jacobs a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. It was
Yeah.
okay. I can't complain.
yeah.
I admitted I spun the wheel. I'm gonna take my 3 raw eggs. I'm gonna be fine with it. I accept it. Don't worry. I take that one. That's a good one there.
We got something.
all right, I was gonna say our
We got
last
something
segment.
special
do we want
here.
to get into it here?
We got this guy,
Not
good
last
friend of
segment.
ours. His name's Zach. Big fantasy guy. He's gonna be. Oh, here he is. He's calling in right now. He's got his
Look at
special
that,
segment.
live call in.
He's gonna be
You wanna
tuning
put,
in.
like, yeah.
He's gonna be tuning in every couple episodes here, and he's gonna hook us up with some sleepers of the week.
How you doing, Zach? Can you hear us?
Hey guys, how's everybody doing this evening?
We're doing
Everyone's
good, man.
well,
Zach,
doing well.
good.
Eagle holder.
Hey, just want to check in on you guys, make sure you all survived the ass whooping I put on the golf course to you all.
Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing all right.
Yeah.
My back is a
we
little
gotta
tight.
get back out. We gotta get back out there though. I think we need to make winter golf a thing.
100%.
Bring it back and make it popular again.
100%.
I mean, we've been doing it all last year too. That was fun.
And cheap.
Yeah. Love the winner rates.
Yeah.
Hey, so I got 2 backs and 3 receivers for you.
All right.
Sleepers, let's hear them.
Yeah, sleepers of the week here.
All right, who do you want to hear first? Do you want to hear the receivers or the backs?
I want to
The
hear your
backs.
backs
Yeah, I want
first.
to hear the backs.
All right, so my first back, who I think is going to do good this week, and you guys touched on him a little bit earlier, is Zach Charbonnet.
Yep.
Ken Walker's hurt, and if you notice when you watch that game, you're probably, if you're a Ken Walker owner, you're probably screaming at the TV every time they're at the goal line because they don't use him in the red zone a lot.
That's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It's
Ken
all
Walker owner.
sharps. It's always Sharpsy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm taking Sharpsy. I think he's going to have a big game. I think he's going to have maybe not a huge game, but I think it'll be like he's already got standalone value.
Yeah. I like that.
So
I like what I'm hearing here.
I think he's going to stay in that realm there where he's going to be used in the goal line. And I think he's going to give some reward to you if you
Yeah.
use him. Yeah, especially if you need help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My next guy plays for the Chargers, and you probably know who I'm going to say. It's Vital. I like him this week. Yeah, I like Carmani this week because if you watched that game, it was a real bad game script when they played Atlanta. I think they only ran like something like 12 pass plays, and the running backs maybe only got 6 touches apiece.
Yeah.
But out of those touches, the most explosive back looking was Vital. He had 4 for 20, and I think he's as the season goes down, I think he's going to have more of a role, and I think that the Chargers kind of realize that Gus really doesn't have much left in him.
Yeah. Especially coming off that injury too.
Yeah, so I think if you're stashing Vital right now, I think it's a good thing, and I think he's going to pay off this week and maybe get a touchdown. If I'm being bold here.
You like that?
All right. Receivers. I have 3 receivers that I like this week. Is some people who are going to be sleeping on them. First one's going to be Ray McLeod.
Okay.
I like him going against Minnesota, who's given up the second most fantasy-friendly points to receivers. His last 2 games, he's had 13 and 10 in a PPR. So good. I think he's going to be a sneaky play this week.
All right. I like that.
If you can get 13 points out of somebody like a flex player like McLeod is, I think you're doing well for yourself.
And I think the key here this week is his matchup. I think he's got a great matchup going against Minnesota.
We got a lot of people in that game. I think we got Mooney, we got London. I think that hits all 3 of them now that we've talked about.
Yeah. Yep. So I like Ray this week. Another guy that I like this week he's not really a big he's a big name. He's so everybody's been sitting him. It's Deebo Samuels.
Yeah, we brought that. Leah was talking about him earlier today.
I think Deebo Samuels is going to have a good week this week.
Yep.
He's been telling me about that since Monday.
Yeah.
Everybody's been sleeping on him. No Christian McCaffrey, no Jordan Mason. So I think he's going to revert back to the 5 touches in the backfield. I think they're going to get him a lot of short passes.
Yep.
I think Jennings is going to be good too, but he's not on my sleeper list. I think Deebo has that potential to be game breaking, and he could take one or two to the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My last guy, he has a tough matchup, but I like the guy a lot, especially because his counterpart had a big week last week. I like Elijah Moore.
Okay.
I think Elijah Moore's going to have a good week this week. Last week he had 14 targets for 111 yards. Put that into perspective, right?
Yeah.
Week 11 against New Orleans, he had 8 targets for and a touchdown and 66 yards. So
good games. I'm happy.
Yeah, I think ever since Jameson's been in the picture, when was that? Week 7, week 8,
right around there. Yeah.
Week 7, 6 targets for 41 yards, 10 PPR points. Week 8 against Baltimore, he had 12 targets, 85 yards, 8 receptions, 16 points.
Yeah.
So I think he's in line. I think he's in line for maybe some sneaky, a sneaky play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
Hey, Zach.
So those are my 5. Those are my 5 guys I got.
Zach, while I got you on the phone, someone in the chat just said, watch out for Blake Corum this week. What you got on that?
Yeah, what do you think about Blake Corum this week?
I like Blake Corum. I like him long term. So I think deep into the playoff run for the fantasy playoffs, I think he can be great.
Yeah.
His usage went up. I'm gonna throw another one at you here, guys, that didn't quite make the list. He was my number 6. You ready for this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Clay's gonna really like this one. Is Jonathan Brooks?
Yeah, I've been a Jonathan Brooks truther since last year before the draft.
So,
he was in a cast, and I was telling people he's gonna be the guy.
Listen, his first 2 games, right? He went from a 9% snap share to a 21% snap share.
Guess who fumbled to lose that game last week?
Yeah, Chuba
Hubbard.
In that game, his snap share went up to 11%, carry snap share to 33%. So he ended up with 33% of the carries in that game last week.
Yeah.
And he had a couple receptions too, which Chuba didn't have any receptions.
Jonathan Brooks is that guy. I'm with you, Zach. I like that a lot.
I think Jonathan Brooks is going to have a touchdown this week against Philly.
I like it, Zach.
I like that.
I think he's going to have a reception. I think he's going to have a reception touchdown against Philly this week. I'm calling it.
Is that a 2 touchdown game we're hearing, Zach? or just
I
receiving?
think he might be having a 2-touchdown game.
All right, hey, we'll
And
do the
I'm a
2 touchdown. We'll do the 1 and 2+ touchdown bet.
Yeah, baby.
I'm a Philly fan, and I like Philly. I think they're a great team, but I think I smell an upset. I do. I think if Carolina knocks anybody off, it could be Philly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I sure hope not, because I just bet somebody they can do any punishment they want.
Yeah. Clay has been saying Philly's
I'm
gonna
the
bounce.
biggest fan this
I'm
week.
not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it could happen.
Could, yeah.
It could very
Yeah,
well
no, we
happen.
brought it up.
Actually played well.
Any given Sunday.
They played well.
Eagles defense is tightening up under Vic Fangio,
Yeah.
but I just don't know if I'm a believer in Sirianni. So
Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't like
I'm-
what he's doing over there.
Everybody goes so up and down with Sirianni, though.
I've been down since
You know?
day one, but I'm a Cowboys
Yeah,
fan.
so-
I got pretty much some hate
I
for
just-
the
Well, yeah,
Eagles.
naturally.
I don't like
Just
coaches
being a
flipping me
natural-
off, so I don't like Sirianni.
just being a natural born Philly fan, I get disappointed a lot, and I just smell an upset coming. So.
Yeah, as a Giants fan, I feel you.
Yeah.
Philly's full of brain dead.
All right. Well,
So that's what I got for you guys.
yeah,
Thanks,
thanks for tuning in,
Yeah,
man. We're gonna have to
thank
get you on in person here soon, but I like this sleeper segment. We can keep this going, man. I like this.
Yeah, and we'll see how many hit. I hope I get at least like 3 or 4 that hit. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
All right, Zach.
All right,
Thanks,
Yeah,
brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna send you my captain showdown too.
Let's see it.
All right.
All right.
All right. I would like to tail back off the Moore one. Elijah Moore with the Jameson Winston. I love it. All those ones that he put all, again, Debo's my go-to on that one that he talked about. Just because, like I said, Debo in the backfield could be potential. And Elijah Moore, I like it just because who else do you have? Jerry Jeudy?
Right.
I mean, yeah, Jerry Judy's great, but now that all he
He
just did was...
saved me. He saved me last week.
He had
He
his
burnt me
revenge game.
last week.
I was going to say, I'll bow down to Jerry for a little while.
He had his revenge game, right? I think that he just drew...
You think it was just one hot game?
No,
and
I think he just drew all the attention to himself. Where Elijah had a good pass, a good catch that he just totally dropped almost on the 2-yard line. I think he just Jerry Judy drew all the attention to himself. Where Elijah Moore will now be the big head next game.
Yeah.
That's what I really like about that one. Going back to Debo again, love that one. There goes our light.
I was gonna say. And the game is starting in 7 minutes. So
Yeah, that's all we had for you,
we
really.
should wrap
So
up here.
check out the YouTube channel. We'll post it here. Probably I'll put it up
next day or
yeah,
two.
we'll put it up. But all of these streams they make it up on the YouTube channel. So if you can't make it on Thursdays at 7, you know you got it before the game Sunday morning.
Yep.
Yep.
Wheel of Shame's coming to you. Be ready for that.
well-
Sunday 10:15. It's going to be up on the YouTube channel. We'll link it, and you can guys go check that out.
Yeah, and also the thing, we'll also, like I said, we'll show it live too. We'll have a recording. I'll have it here. We'll do it live. So if you guys want to, check out the YouTube channel, that'd be awesome. But also, I'll show you all next week for that one.
Yeah. Leave comments. Get on the Wheel of Shame.
Yeah.
Be about it.
Let us know
All
what you guys
good.
want to see. Thank you
Just
for tuning
having
in.
fun, man.
Thank you guys for
That's why we're
tuning
here.
in. Yeah.
3 weeks in a row now. Gonna be shooting
Got
for
us
4 next week.
Yep, we'll
Who
be
knows?
there.
We might do a little sneak episode on Sunday with these with these challenges.
Yeah. Hey guys, you have 7 minutes. Go set your lineups. If you have anybody playing tonight, get them out of your flex spot. Any running backs, put them in the RB slot. Any wide receivers, put them in the wide receiver slot. Don't
Keep
leave them in
Kincaid
your
in.
flex. Leave that flex open in case of a late injury, maybe a Friday injury at practice, something. You got to pivot with somebody. You want to have the pivot in the flex, give you more options. So
I never thought.
Pull your
about
Thursday nights out of the flex spot, put them in your main lineup there. That kind of gives you a little bit more wiggle room in case something pops up on a Sunday. But other than that, check your lineups. Waivers ran 2 days ago. See who got dropped. Everybody dropped somebody, Go see. Maybe somebody got dropped that you could pick up. In a dynasty, I saw somebody drop Austin Eckler. I picked him up immediately.
Yeah.
You never know what can happen on the waiver wire. So go check it out. Set your lineups. Have a great weekend, everybody. Watch a lot of football.
Yeah.
Grab some beers. Get some wings. Spend some time with the family. Have a blast. Check in next Thursday. See
Thank
you guys
for
then.
tuning in.
See you guys.